It looks good on you.
I hate to break this to you, but I could be wearing a bikini and I'd be looking good.
No.
It looks good on you.
It would be like overgrown. Like it would look like it was woven into you.
I'd be wearing a loincloth in the Amazon and be like, it looks good on you.
Probably not. I imagine that would look sunburnt and like just covered in mosquito bites.
I could be wearing nothing but one sock and you'd be like, it looks good on you.
Okay, that would look good. That looked pretty good. Welcome back, Saltines, to the Salty Soup Podcast.
Cheers. We got the Coors Lights today.
These will be in an upcoming video. You'll understand why we're drinking, what is this, redneck fuel or something?
Well, these are specifically are Coors Lights, all right? Put some respect in their name.
Okay.
Right? Because we're out here in Denver, and this is where these are made. These are fresh.
This is a local brew.
Local brew. Kind of cool to say that. This is our local brew, Coors Light. You ever
I've
heard
actually
of it?
drove past the factory a few times. It's over by Golden. Or is it in Golden?
Every time my parents used to come to town, they used to take the tour because they give you like 3 free beers on the tour.
Really?
Yeah. You just go look at everything and they give you a bunch of beer.
That's funny.
I don't know how it is with COVID nowadays, if they still do it or not. Hopefully they do now. I know I always tell you, or I've told you when you used to come out here, and anybody that comes out here, to go check out the Celestial Seasonings Tea Factory.
Oh, yeah. That place is pretty rad. Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going on either with COVID, so who knows, man. We're upside down nowadays.
Well, real quick, some people might be confused, like avid watchers of our channel. Podcasts are coming out on Sunday from now on, just because we film these on Friday, and it's been a problem before. Like, we want to talk about things that are super relevant, right? So, like, when we do when we do them and we post them a week later, sometimes...
I think we were just afraid that we weren't going to get things out on time, so we gave us a little bit of leeway.
Yeah.
But now everything's
things are kind of cooking
smooth.
Right.
We're able to get these 2 videos out a week and then even get a little extra in lately. I think we're ahead right now.
We're a reaction video ahead a little bit.
Yeah, so that feels good. We don't have to scramble to make sure we're getting our quota out.
Right. I'm really excited, dude. I don't want to spoil anything about these, but I'm excited for it. Actually, we'll post this video this Thursday.
Nice.
So this podcast comes out right ahead of this video, which will be fun. Assuming
you're still alive, because I'm about to make a deadly weapon.
Okay, let's go. Now, last podcast, when we decided that these people are called Saltines, and
the Saltines,
you brought up a challenge. You said it's impossible to eat 7 saltine crackers in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So what we're going to do is we're going to set a timer for a minute, and we're each going to down saltines. I'll play elevator music for you guys or something, because it'll just be the sound of us chewing otherwise. Just a podcast of ASMR cracker
eating. I was about
eating.
to say, we'll save that for our ASMR videos. Yeah. Coming soon.
So whoever can eat them...
Soup ASMR.
No, stop it.
I just love whispering into the mic, man. I don't know why.
You know what? Maybe you could start an ASMR channel somewhere else.
Don't tempt me, man. Don't tempt me. I already talked to my girlfriend about it. I was like, can you be my model? Because I can't show my face. So I'll show your face. And then
you saying that there's no market for male ASMR?
There actually is. I've put a little bit of research into this, and I've seen dudes doing their thing out there. I don't think it's as popular. Or at least there's definitely way more women doing it, for sure.
That's so weird, because you stress that there's no sexual component. So, could you explain that to me?
We're getting all this.
I know.
Again,
okay, we're done. We're done.
Tingles, man. Tingles.
Yeah. So men can't give other people tingles. It's only beautiful women.
I think men were more hesitant to get a YouTube channel going, and there's just less of them doing it. So I think it's probably up to guys like us to get it out there.
Okay.
And make it some equality out there in the YouTube world, because it's Definitely not equal in ASMR.
Not in the ASMR world. Very sexist.
Yeah, one-sided, we'll say.
Okay.
A little one-sided.
Well, I'm going to grab a stack of saltines. Do you have a tactic on this? Do you have an idea on how you're going to eat these? Are you going to do all at once, or are you going to do cracker, swallow, cracker, swallow?
Bro.
You can't drink, right?
You can't drink anything at all. Whatever strategy you come up with is going to fail. I don't even...
Now, am I allowed to...
Good luck even devising something.
Well, just popped into my head. I was thinking about chipmunking the whole thing. Because I have a feeling I could chipmunk 20. Do you have to swallow them? Do you have to show your mouth at the end of a minute?
Yeah.
And it's empty?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
have you been training or something? Like all week you've been just downing cookies and crackers and shit?
Just crackers.
Just crackers.
I don't want to get confused. All right, I have 8 in my hand.
You're going first, correct?
Oh, I figured we'd do this at the same time.
Oh, just see who can get the most in the
minute? See who can do it.
Oh, okay. How many did you grab? 15?
I grabbed 8. Yeah, I think you're a little overzealous. I'm worried that we might have to clean up. Maybe we should save this for the end. Maybe this is the last minute of the podcast.
I'm telling you, I can't get anything on this jacket. That's another thing. I'm going to take off my jacket for this.
Should we do this at the end?
I think so.
Okay, we'll do this at the end. I thought we
were going to do that as a separate video completely. Because we can make a TikTok ad and shit. I guess you can edit that, whatever.
We'll do it. We'll turn that into 3 videos. But we'll do that at the end of the podcast for those who want to see us mukbang some crackers.
Stay tuned. Who's going to win the salty soup first challenge? Is this our first challenge?
Well, I think that the spit takes was a challenge.
You're right. Spit takes with the... I guess we had a...
just laughing at Aaron Carter for 30 minutes.
Well, I was going to say, but I don't know if we had a reward, but we had
a consequence.
A consequence for the loser, which we didn't do yet for these saltines at all. Are we putting consequences up now?
Yeah, you want to shock each other again?
Raising the bar?
Whoever wins the saltine challenge, the loser has to shock themselves for as many crackers as they lost by.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I eat 6, you eat 3, you got to shock yourself 3 times?
We had to bring math into it. Okay.
Oh,
sure.
Now you're lost.
Yeah, just kidding.
It's just over.
I've been watching a lot of Squid Games. Do you have Netflix?
I watch Squid Games.
And you know what? Have you seen it yet? I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay. So I won't talk.
I'm not done yet. But
are you watching sub or dub? Subtitles?
No subtitles.
No subtitles?
Just human American dub over it.
I gotta tell you, I don't know what the budget was for the American dub, but it's god awful and it's embarrassing. I just try to look past that because it's a great story.
I know. I know. I just brought that up because I just got done with the Marvel episode. And
okay.
It's like I don't want to give it away for people who haven't seen it yet.
At this point, if you haven't watched it, you deserve to be spoiled. But I'm only sparing you.
Has it been out for a while? I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The Squid Game. The people who wanted to watch it have watched it.
I'm trying to catch the waves of the trends, but apparently I'm
on Stoner or Dalton time. Sorry. It's a Freudian slip.
Which is the real reason I don't want to do the saltine challenge quite yet. I have just terrible cotton mouth right now. A couple more drinks real quick here, rehydrate.
Well, one more thing that we teased last episode was talking about the $3.5 million Pokemon scam that Logan Paul fell for.
That you said you didn't see the video yet. Did you see the video?
Are you talking about Logan Paul's video? Yeah, I've seen
box.
Logan. Yep.
And you had some input on it.
I actually spent my entire morning doing a deep dive on this. So I am well educated and I am pissed off.
Okay. I mean,
you want to tell them what happened and then I'll give backstory?
My understanding is this box has been floating around. It's been sold on eBay and shit and other places for, it's been through different hands. Mm-hmm. finally gets to some these different guys that are in the Logan Paul circle, and can't remember the last maybe 2 or 3 hands it was in besides this like I don't know card guy that Logan has around him. You know what I mean? Like the sports cards guy. He's not just in Pokemon, but he's in sports cards and
a card investor.
He bought the box first from the fat guy who had owned it, who bought it from like this eBay or some other seller.
Yeah.
And for like $2.5 million, and Logan Paul bought it for what was it, 3.5? I don't know what was the price in the box.
$3.5 million.
$3.5 million.
Yeah.
So $1 million markup on it, and it was apparently accredited by one of his dudes, right? He's got some card dude as well. That's not the fat dude I'm talking about. That's another dude, right?
I'll explain that part.
I don't know everybody's name, so I'm kind of slaughtering.
No worries. The main takeaway is that
everybody thought it was legit,
right?
And
nobody
knows if one of these guys it's already literally in the room. There's 3 guys that have like owned this already. It's like went from this guy to this guy, and then Logan's the last guy, and it's like, did one of these 2?
I have the info on that.
So you're like, is this an inside job just to fuck over Logan for $1 million plus?
So here's what happens. For those who don't know, you know, everyone knows what a pack of Pokemon cards.
You know what
like.
else is so weird too? The fat guy I'm talking about is like kind of in on this. Name. He's like, well, we all got screwed. Can we agree on that? Oh, no,
that's the guy of the BBC.
Yeah, the grading guy.
Yeah, the grading guy. I'll talk specifically about him in a minute.
Yeah,
but
his comment was just like,
there's packs of Pokemon cards, and then there's a box that contains like, I think the old boxes contain like 40 packs or something.
Sure.
That's called a booster box. And then those booster boxes come in a cardboard case, and that's called a booster case. Now, for the first printing of Pokemon cards, base set, first edition, no sealed booster case exists in the entire world. And this was supposed to be...
Booster case, meaning a case of booster
6
boxes.
Yeah, 6 booster boxes in one box, sealed. That would be the only one in the world that would exist sealed. Now, there is one other in the world that's known of, and that's owned by...
That would be like somebody had these in like their back restock, and it never ended up hitting the shelves, and then it just got sold somewhere like liquidation.
I have the backstories on where it came from, too.
Okay.
So the other one that exists in the world is opened, and it's owned by Gary King Pokemon, that guy.
Yep.
And I'll get to him later, but let's start at the beginning. So the first instance of, if you trace this booster case all the way back, the first instance is an auction sale on eBay, which is where it sold for $70,000 Canadian. It was sold by a Canadian seller on eBay who had 15, you know what I mean, rating. He had 15 people. It's coming from a small eBay account.
15 good feedbacks is what you're saying.
15 feedbacks at all.
Oh my God.
And this guy provided 3 different stories for the origin of the box. Story number 1, he said, I was at an estate sale and I bought it at an estate sale. Story number 2, it was a present for my 12th birthday and I've saved it ever since.
No.
And then story number 3 was, I bought a farmhouse and up in the storage attic, I found all these boxes.
I wish, man.
So right there, that's where it should end.
I'm really hoping someday I find some like random Pokemon card collection somewhere.
That'd be incredible.
I am just...
So that's where the story should end. You don't need it authenticated after that. That the original owner is lying at least 2 times if one of those stories is true.
Right.
Next up, there was this guy named Razzle Pokemon. And Razzle Pokemon, fairly small YouTuber, 10K subs. He does an extensive 6-part series on this.
Oh my God.
Where before the box is even open, he says that's obviously a fake box. Because he tells those 3 stories from the original seller. And then he starts breaking everything down. The stop tape that was on the box wasn't the stop tape that Wizards of the Coast used in their early sets. It was like a letter was not capitalized when it should have been. It was missing a period and the spaces were too far apart. And then he's like, and then look at this barcode. This barcode is for an unlimited set booster case, and the UPC like letters and numbers that go on top of it don't match the barcode.
Wow.
And
so now you're really going down a rabbit hole here.
And then he's like, and then if you notice, they used thermal printing on all of those barcodes, which fades over time. He's like, this is ink. It's smudged and it's like bright. It's like very obvious. For how damaged the box is, it would have been faded a little bit.
20 years
He's
old
pointing out
plus.
all these different things as to why this thing is fake. Anyways, so the Canadian guy, he sells it at auction for like 70 grand. The people who bought it want to come pick it up in person, and he cancels the listing. He says no. So there's another red flag. He doesn't want people to pick it up in person. He eventually sells it to someone who's willing to buy it from him, and he sends it in the mail to that person, which is another insane thing to do.
Oh my God.
Eventually it reaches not Logan, and not the guy who sold it to Logan, but the third guy down the chain.
Right.
He goes to the fat guy you're talking about,
Right.
the owner of, I think it's called Baseball Cards Exporium or something.
Sure.
It's a grading service that specializes in sports cards. This guy takes this booster case to a sports card grader, and I will not do any accusations of bribery. I think that it's potentially, if you're getting it authenticated somewhere, why wouldn't you go with a bigger name like BCGS or PSA?
Right.
You chose this like very specific thing. And he films it getting graded, but they don't allow him to fill the actual grading process and how they are authenticating, not grading, how they're authenticating it. They don't film that.
Sure.
But they say things like, I've never seen one of these, and I am just checking to make sure that it's sealed. Like, I don't know how to authenticate this. Well, the thing is that the fucking Razzle Pokemon with 10,000 subs on YouTube was able to come up with all these red flags.
I feel like it's pretty well documented on what those cases look like 20 years ago.
If you did any fucking due diligence on the origin of the box and what boxes looked like to come from that time period.
People still have boxes laying around of those. You know what I mean? They're probably they're open, but I bet they still have the box, you know?
So this grading company wraps it in a shrink wrap that has baseball images on it, along with a certification saying this is authentic. Now, the guy who had that done sells it for $2.5 million to the guy who's about to sell it to Logan.
Wow.
Now,
that's a big red flag.
at that point, well, he was selling it at cost per box with no markup for it being an actual case.
Right.
He's like, I just want to unload this. That's what he says. And which, another red flag. People have to know that this is sketchy, but here's the thing. I'm selling it to you because I'm thinking that you're going to hold on to it as an investment. You'll never fucking open it. And now it's been authenticated. So why would you open it?
Right.
Because it's obviously real. And then that guy who bought it for cost, like $2.5 million, like
I know
per
who's
box.
gonna buy this. I can make $1 million real quick.
Definitely. He is going to Logan for $3.5 million. And Logan in his video says, this is a close friend of mine. This box is authenticated, right? So I know that it's real. I have nothing to worry about. This guy will refund me if it's not, right? So they open it, and the guy who authenticated it is actually the one who opens it.
Right.
And as soon as they all realize it's fake, like you're saying, he looks at everyone. He's like, I guess we were all duped, right? He's like immediately trying to fucking spread the blame.
Well, let's all agree. We all got tricked.
Yeah.
What? Is that what we're agreeing on?
Now, before it gets open, Gary, the so-called king of Pokemon, with the only other case in existence, tells Logan, I think it's real. He says that. And it's like, dude, you're the only one that could possibly verify that it's not real.
Right.
And you've got this guy with a small YouTube channel, like pointing out all these red flags. Now, here's the thing. I've defended Logan in the past. I don't like the guy, but I've defended him as far as like people blame him for driving up Pokemon prices, and he gets blamed for a lot of other things. And I do feel bad that he got scammed out of $3.5 million. But as he says, it was refunded back to him. So he didn't really lose money. He got all this promo. He's got all these people talking about him. This is kind of a W for him.
Well, that's what I'm wondering about. It sounds to me like this whole thing is just a sham for YouTube views.
Yeah. So who cares if you're going to lose $3.5 million? Really, it's just a quick exchange back and forth, and everyone's going to talk about it from now on. Here's the guy who fucking creates the Dink Doink cryptocurrency and the Crypto Zoo NFTs, the Logan Paul who scammed his fans.
Dink Doink, I forgot
fucking,
about that.
He deserved to be scammed a little bit.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, that kind of feels like karma, except there was no consequence. So fuck all. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty. I feel like he should be out $1 million or $3 million. I don't understand what kind of person gives you that kind of guarantee. Now this other guy's just out $2 million.
Right.
You're just going to keep going down the chain of
and then
people?
you go down the chain to the guy who got it authenticated, and he personally said, like, once I got it authenticated, that grading company takes all liability for the sale.
Right.
And the grading company said, no, we don't. No, we fucking don't.
Right.
But the grading company, I feel, we've talked about the WADA grading company who grades video games and how they've scammed people and how they're not.
That's what I'm wondering is this all just one big scam that Logan just paid these grading people and he's like, hey, we're just going to make this big controversy and get a bunch of millions of views on this.
I don't think, no, because it didn't.
You don't think so?
No. I think that what happened was I put a giant diamond in a box and I say, don't open it. And we're just going to pass this down the line. And everyone's banking on the next person not opening it.
But how
and then it gets to someone like Logan Paul who's definitely going to fucking open it.
But it's too fishy that a small YouTuber could call out 10 different things that are wrong with the box. And the certification guy is like, it's great. Oh, my God. Everything on here is perfect.
Now, I don't want to accuse a certification guy of anything, but I personally believe, this is an opinion, I'm worried about getting sued or something, that
you think the Logan Paul sister is going to come after you and try to fight you?
No, it wouldn't be Logan Paul. It would be the guy who sold it to the guy for $2.5 million, who I personally believe may have paid off the guy who was authenticating it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
who's the rat?
And if
we need to figure out who the rat is right now.
If that's
is it Logan?
If that's not the case, then really the authenticator is just a lazy piece of shit, and he doesn't deserve to have his own grading company.
Yeah. What was your certification? How does that work?
It would almost be better if he was paid off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't get a good look at the case, but I feel like if you've been in this game, you should know what a real deal looks like, you know.
If you're willing to spend $3.5 million on it. And the thing is that Logan Paul was doing like an Instagram live with Mr. King Pokemon, and he was like, I haven't had time to watch these videos that are saying my box might be fake, but now I'm worried.
Oh my God.
If you did watch, which really, again, shout out Razzle Pokemon, you only have to watch the first 2 parts of his 6-part series. It's like an hour of content, and at the end of it, you'll be thinking like, how could anybody buy this box? How could the first person buy this box from the eBayer with 15 credit and 3 different stories?
I don't know, man. Unless they have the money in their eyes. They're like, I think I can quadruple my money on this, even if I gamble it. You know, it's worth the gamble because I could make so much.
Right.
Not even quadruple. I mean, you're 100,000 into 2 million. That's so much.
I personally think that obviously the Canadian scammer, or the origin of the box, he created the scam. He is like super at fault. But then you go down to the line to the authenticator, and I feel like they're equally at fault. You're telling everybody that this obviously fake thing is real. And now it goes up the chain twice more.
I don't know. I want to believe that Logan's in on it and it's just one big scam, but then again, I don't know if he's smart enough. So
I was about to say, the dude is a lunatic, and he's got money to spend, and of course he's going to spend it.
It's just a better story, I guess. No, it's probably just that Canadian dude putting G.I. Joe booster packs inside and just trying to get a quick 50K, 70K, whatever.
And then I also blame the person who decides to get it authenticated and the guy who authenticated it. Like, this was just a clusterfuck all the way down the line.
I mean, unless that Canadian guy did such a good job that you couldn't tell, but it sounds to me like
he didn't do such a good job.
A lot of red flags.
There were, yeah. Even there's a stamp on the box that's different numbers, which are the numbers that are like, theoretically those numbers imply release, and those were like from a fossil set. You know what I mean? Like, nothing made sense about this box.
Oh my God. See, when it's that fishy, that's why it makes me think more about some sort of weirdness in the whole Logan Paul thing. Like there's some sort of, this is just for views, not for...
But Logan Paul the original listings date back to like 2018, 2019. He would have to anticipate this explosion of Pokemon. You know what I mean? And then he'd have to orchestrate it from the beginning.
Right. Weird. I don't know. Or it's just people that just think they can fuck off Logan Paul. You know what I mean? Like, well, definitely. I think we know this is fucking fake, but he don't fucking know this. But you keep saying that he got his money back. I don't understand that. How do you get a money back guarantee on a $3 million fucking thing? Because
it's his friend who's selling it, and it's authenticated by a company.
My point is... And then the guy saying, well, we all got tricked. Can we agree on that?
Right. So the thing about that is most upsetting is that in Logan Paul's video, he starts the video with a product placement ad for his own thing, and he says, I lost $3.5 million. You guys need to buy this to help me out. And then in the same video, he says, I'm buying it from a friend who has guaranteed me a refund if it's fake. So...
Who does that? I would never do that.
You would sell me something for...
Yeah, and I would disclose it completely. I think it's real, but it might be fake. Good luck.
Well, that's not what his friend said to him. Because
he must have a real good friend. I'm not that good a friend for you, that's for sure. I know we've known each other for 10, 15 years, but no, I'm
staying away from that.
But this guy, him and Logan, they're great. They're good. They're good buddies.
The point is that even if you think that that's a false thing or the friend's not going to reimburse him, it doesn't matter because it's all publicity for Logan. And
right.
It does not matter.
Who's the rat? I don't know.
The rat is the Canadian guy? The Canadian and the authenticator and possibly the person who got it authenticated. Because I'm sure he went to other places before he finally found someone he could convince to shrink wrap it. You don't go to like this bottom tier
That's
sports
another thing too. If it's this many millions of dollars, wouldn't you get it graded at like 2 or 3 spots? You know what I mean?
Well, or a better known name, or like a grading company that actually like knows about Pokemon. Because these people are all saying, "Oh, I don't know anything about it," and the authenticator says, "Oh, I was just authenticating that it was a sealed box." You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, not that the box was real.
Yeah, that's a sealed box right there.
Yeah.
I can tell you.
It definitely has tape on it.
I can't get in it. It won't open up. Oh, my God.
I've looked at it.
Give me $100.
Yeah.
Or $1,000.
Well.
A couple thousand.
So now there's this conspiracy theory because the authenticator was showing off like this brand new motorcycle, and I won't go down that rabbit hole, but...
Hopefully, everybody just scam Logan, and Logan is out. That's what I hope. Fuck this whole he got his money back bullshit, man. I don't like that. Hopefully, he got screwed. That's what I hope.
I think that he deserves like a little bit of repercussions
I
for
hope
him
there's more.
scamming his fans.
I hope
but
the next like edition of the story is he never hears from this guy again. Like the guy is supposed to give him his money back or something. Like, well, I haven't heard from him in a few
Right.
weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope there's more to this. That'd be great.
What do you got in that phone?
I'm just looking at my notes.
Speaking of Pokemon cards, I yesterday sold a PSA 10 M Charizard EX number 69, which is a funny number. Say nice. For $550.
Woo!
One Pokemon card, $550.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this in the last podcast?
I get Pokemon cards graded and I sell them.
Or is this another
This
sale?
is a different sale, yeah. We
So
talked
you've
about
sold two different $500 cards.
Well, no, last podcast we were talking about the $1,300 game console.
Okay. Okay, that must have been that then. Okay, I'm just mixing up those stories. Okay.
This is my highest Pokemon card, individual Pokemon card sale. I've sold others for like between 100 and 300 though. Like
That's great, though. I mean, when you consider all the money you've spent on Pokemon, and then you're like, I could go spend $500 on Pokemon cards right now.
yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm still waiting for my other return. Here's the thing. I know that I sent in at least 3 of those cards.
Wow.
The other 2 are still at PSA.
Wow.
Which means if they come back 10, there's like another grand.
Hopefully another
out there.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I want to get some cards graded now. Fucking PSA.
I know a guy that'll authenticate anything. Literally anything.
Yeah, that's a card. Looks good.
Looks good to me.
So here it is. We both lived in Iowa for many years. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And I'm scrolling through TikTok, and one of the Island Boys pops up.
Okay.
All right, Island Boys, right? And
I see him on my live feed all the time.
Well, I was about to tell you because I think I had texted you him a day or two ago. He was live just talking to a random dude, but they were in like an argument. That's why I sent it to you. And I was like, these guys are just, this is just a random dude he's talking to. I don't understand what's going on. And, day or two later, he's live again, talking to what I see him as a random dude. I don't recognize this guy at all. And so the island dude, it's only one island brother or island boy. Yeah. And he's like, where are you from? And I don't want to do accents. His weird Florida accent. And the guy's like, well, I live in Iowa. And he's like, Iowa? Where's that at? It's like, it's Midwest, he explains it, has to explain it to him basically. And he's like, I don't think I've ever talked to anybody from Iowa before. It's like, maybe I haven't, I'm lying, I don't know. And he's like, the island boy's like, what do you guys do out there? And
oh, God.
I know. And then the Iowa guy's like, well, a lot of people during the winter go snowmobiling and snowboarding, and during the summer hunting and fishing and all this like outdoor stuff. And right away the island boy's like, do they got malls? And
yeah, kind of.
And the guy was just, and first of all, the guy had to like decipher what the island boy was saying. He's like, malls? Because the island boy's like, malls? Or I don't know how he said it. He's
right.
like, do they have malls? And then he's like, well, yeah, like out in the big cities, like they have malls, or most people go out to the Mall of America in Minnesota. It's like, 4 hours away, 3 hours away. So that's like a little easy skip. And then Island Boy's like, they got big cities there in Iowa? And the guy's like, yeah, like Des Moines. And Island Boy's like, I never heard of it. And he's like, it's the capital. And then the Island Boy's like, I don't think I could ever live out in Iowa. I'll tell you why. He's like, I don't think your barbers could facilitate my hair needs.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
That's 100% true.
He's like, out here in Florida, I just go out to the barber and boom, get my hair done. But out in Iowa, I don't know what I would do.
I don't know what the barber is doing to his hair, though. I guess that doesn't make sense to me.
What are you telling the barber? I want palm trees for hair.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Can you make that happen? Green on the top, coming out, trees.
The Island Boys, they're always live on TikTok, though.
Dude, I wish.
And they're always fighting with a random ass nobody person.
I filmed a little bit of it on my phone, but I wish I would have got the whole Iowa section because it's just so funny, especially to us that are from Iowa. Because this guy's first of all trying to figure out what this Island Boy's saying because he has this weird slang,
right?
And then secondly, he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I know what you're saying. Yeah, we have that. It's just, you had to go drive a little ways."
Those are your questions.
Yeah,
those are your fucking questions.
Oh, dude, I'll show you the video later, but I was just laughing just because we're from Iowa, and I wish I know we could relate. I can't imagine what we would talk to if we had the Island Boys in the podcast right now, man.
If you were in Iowa, you'd probably get beat up for that jacket.
Oh my God, dude.
I see you're wearing another gift.
Doesn't it look nice?
I actually, I like it. The past two episodes you've been,
been looking good.
Dripping.
I know. This is not going to be a consistent thing, let me tell you. I'm running out of.
Yeah, soon it'll be back to like shitty band T-shirts.
Yeah.
Of bands no one's ever heard about. Slapknot? What is that?
I luckily bought a ton of T-shirts at Hot Topic before it went out of business, so I'm set.
What?
Yeah, the Dubuque one back in Iowa.
Oh my God! I thought like the company dissolved. I was like, what?
No. Like, this was back in the day. Like when that one went out, I went in there and they had all these T-shirts for like $2 or $3.
A lot of people don't know this. You have a little bit of a issue. Maybe some would call it a hoarding problem as far as T-shirts go.
I don't know about that.
You have how many T-shirts, if you were to guess? Could you wear one a day for a year?
I'm literally trying to wear a different T-shirt for every podcast. I don't care so much.
But the same pair of pants.
I have the same pair. I have the same pair in 3 though.
The same color too?
Same color. Okay,
that's super weird.
I had 2. I had a different one, and this is Lululemon. And returned.
We all know.
I know. And I returned it. They're like, we only have the gray one. I was like, okay, I'll take another gray one. But anyways, I forgot what we were talking about before.
You were saying that you were trying to wear a different shirt for every episode of the podcast.
Yeah. I'm trying to wear a different shirt and see how far it goes. So far we're 17 episodes in, and I think we're maybe through one stack of my many stacks. I have and my dresser is like an open face kind of. It's not like drawers. It's just I just fold them and put them inside like
a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have, I don't know, 4 or 5 sections of T-shirts.
And how many stacks per section?
6.
So
how many
6
stacks? 2 stacks in each.
2 stacks, so 2 times 6 is 12 times 17 shirts.
We'll say 10 shirts a stack.
So 120 shirts?
At least.
You don't need that many.
Not counting my workout stuff at all. That's just saying that's the day-to-day look good. Normal.
You had a goal to look good.
Today I'm wearing kind of a trashier shirt because we have something planned later for the review video. I want to wear something a little bit more trailer style.
Okay, yeah.
But I jazz it up with the jacket on the podcast here because I get these nice.
The jacket
gifts.
looks sharp, dude. Also, Lululemon. You're a real.
I'm all Lulu'd out today. I'm very. What's that word I'm looking for?
Sequenced. Maybe.
What? No, bougie. I was gonna say
bougie. Okay.
I'm very bougie.
Bougie. Interesting.
Sequenced.
I don't know.
These are all like
because everything you're wearing is
geometric.
Lululemon.
It's all like.
I'm not thinking of sequins. I'm not thinking of like the bedazzled shit.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Like, is that not what that means when you're? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Your pants match your jacket. They're both Lululemon, is what I was trying to say. Also wearing a Lululemon condom for some reason. Just silk.
Speaking of condoms.
Good.
Does your lady ever ask you to grab feminine products for her?
No.
Has she ever asked you to even have like a basic knowledge maybe of this kind of stuff or talk to you about these things?
I am a very inquisitive young boy, so sometimes I ask. But then I find out too much, and then I
okay.
throw out that info. What happened to you, Dalton?
I feel like I was booby trapped. Okay.
Sick.
By my
I
girlfriend.
love boobies. Just could you imagine
I
a trap
wish.
filled with boobies?
I wish it was that
Oh
nice.
no, I'm trapped. Just floor to ceiling.
All right, so my girlfriend and I, we usually shower together to save water. Okay.
Okay.
And we're getting done, and she says, "Can you get my Diva cup?" I think because I was getting done with the shower first, so I was going to hop out. And she's like, "Can you grab my Diva cup?" Because she keeps it on the bathroom, but in our room for some reason. And I laughed out loud, first of all. And then she got pissed. She's like, what are you laughing about? I was like, are you serious? You want me to grab that? She's like, yeah, grab that stuff for me. I was like, the bedroom's right next door. Just go get it yourself. What are you talking about? I don't want to grab it. I'm not going to go in your... I don't even know where it's at, first of all. Like, I know you have a box of that stuff. Like, she keeps it in a box. You want me to go rummage?
Oh, there's a secret box that you don't go near?
You want me to go rummage in your little box? It's... she's got like a little box of her own stuff in there. I'm like, I'm not going to go in there. You're getting uncomfortable over there, right? You see where I'm at now?
I'm afraid of the box, dude. What's in the box? What's in the box?
I laughed at first, and then she got pissed, and she's like, what, does a little blood make you uncomfortable or something like that?
Yeah.
And I'm just like... then I pass out.
What? I would imagine that would be in the bathroom.
Dude, you think so, right? But she just keeps... I don't know why, but she just keeps everything in a little box in our room, like, hidden... I know where it's at. Like, I've seen it. I know she's got, like...
I know it exists. I understand its function.
I know of it, but I'm not going to go in there and, like, rummage around in there and, like, oh, where's that?
I was on Reddit, and there was a Diva Cup story there.
Oh,
and
no.
what had happened was the mom had gone out of town for a week. And apparently at some point during her business trip, the toddler found the cup, and the dad didn't know anything about it. So he assumed it was a toy. And the toddler's sitting there having tea parties all fucking week. And the mom gets home mortified.
Oh, my God. That reminded me of a funny story. So I had a roommate. It was a woman for a while. You know her.
Yes.
Just for a couple months, she was just getting
I've
some
known her
classes.
longer than I've known you, actually.
Yeah. Oh, good. We're on the same page. So I had my sports cup, my men's cup,
Okay.
laying on the dryer because I wash my clothes, and I don't wash the cup. I usually just take the cup out and wash the jock. And, you just slice all the cup. And she goes in the kitchen, the laundry room's in the kitchen or whatever. She goes in there and she grabs the cup and she starts looking around and she's like, what is this thing? And this is like right next to her face. She's like really looking at it. And I was like,
This is pre-wash?
Pre-wash, yeah. Dude. She had no idea what it was, and I was like, "Oh, that's my sports cup." And right away she's like, "Ah!" Just chucks it, dude. She's like, "Why would you leave that out?" I'm like,
fair question. Why would you leave that out?
I'm doing laundry, and I just put it on the dryer as I was putting a load in, and I left it there.
Oh, they're not machine washable? You can't throw it in with everything?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could. I just didn't want it dinging around. I was just Lysol'd it. I don't know. Is that weird?
You didn't hand wash it even? Like with a sponge or anything? Dry it off? You just sprayed it with Lysol a couple times?
Disinfectant, yeah.
Huh. I don't think Lysol does anything for the layer of film that builds up over time.
You don't think so? I'll bring it over and you can smell it.
It's fair. No, I don't. It's totally clean. I don't. No need to verify.
We can really figure it out. I'll bring it over and we'll see if it smells weird or anything.
It does. No thanks. Not interested.
Man. With something like that, after a couple months, you just throw it away and get a new one. It's like whatever. It's a little plastic thing.
Oh, okay. They're not expensive.
No, it's $5. Whatever.
Are there expensive ones that offer better protection? Is there like a carbon fiber one?
We want to get into the cup, market here.
I'm very curious about the cup market.
They actually do make metal ones. However, they're kind of frowned upon in most martial arts gyms because, number one, if we're striking and you kick my metal cup, your foot is fucked.
I'm sorry that your foot's fucked up. You were aiming for my dick?
That's what the thing is like. Well, you shouldn't kick me in the dick.
Yeah. I'm going to put spikes all over it. Fuck your foot.
I was getting to that. In Thailand, they'll make it jagged so that you fucking kick me in the dick. Your foot's getting jacked up.
God, man.
Yeah. In jiu-jitsu, however, when we're not kicking, it's more prevalent when like you're doing an arm bar now and you're putting this metal thing on this joint.
Okay, that makes
driving
a lot
metal
more
into
sense.
it.
Yeah.
So I just use to tell you the truth, when I train now, I don't even wear them anymore. I just wear them when I compete now.
Right.
Because it gets a little crazier, but.
Plus, when you're training and you put someone in an arm bar, you can kind of like rub your dick on it, and it's like
you know about that.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it in your eyes when you were describing it.
You obviously have not done an arm bar, but we'll just go right past that. I'll just tell you. Technically, you don't go over your dick; you go over your leg, and you go over that in the lesson. Like you got junk here, you go just over the side of the junk. Believe it or not.
Boo!
You would be rubbing your.
What
junk
about
all
when you're
over.
doing a face set?
You would be.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to tap, right? That would upset them enough to leave. I thought the whole point of jiu-jitsu is like domination and submission.
Coach, I rubbed my junk all over him. It's not working.
I just was humping him the entire time. All right, you ready to eat these crackers?
We're going to teach you how to fight here in a minute. We got some ninja lessons for you in a minute. Let me tell you. Oh no, I got one more story for you. Is that the last of your stories for today? Nothing happened this week?
No, nothing interesting.
All right, before we finish, and how you doing on that beer, by the way?
It's done. Drank the whole thing.
Did you? You fucking liar. It's so much, you fucking piece of shit.
Beer sucks, dude.
you fucking beta boy.
Who drinks this? Oh, and as it turns out, the Mountain does turn white.
Okay, now I see. We're going to chug a beer. He was trying to back out of it.
I 100% am not chugging the beer.
We're going to chug a whole beer right now, like we did in college 10 years ago. It's been that long, right?
Yeah, it's... You know what? It has been that long, so that's it. The drinking days are over. No need to chug. Who's chugging in their 30s? You know what I mean? Like, that's a sad life.
We need viewers.
Besides, you're pushing 40.
Oh my God. Thanks. Yeah, right. We got to be like Steve will do it. You know, he started about just chugging beers in front of YouTube. You got to put it in a boot or something, I think.
If I want to be Steve, we'll do it.
We need to take our shoes off and put the beer in the shoe.
Oh, do a shoey? I will not do a shoey.
We should do a shoey. You won't even.
I will not do a shoey.
You won't even take.
I won't even think
Not
about
even
it.
the thought of
I
it
won't
will-
even think about it.
What's
your last story,
You can have
fucker?
your own shoe.
I'm not-
Your own shoe.
I don't. That doesn't matter. Are you kidding me? I know my feet. I know how
doesn't
awful
matter.
my feet are. There's no way.
Your wife's feet. I bet your wife's shoes are much nicer than yours.
Oh no. Even if it was a clean shoe, like if we popped into a Payless, I wouldn't pour beer
Even
into
a
it.
fresh shoe. You
No.
wouldn't put a beer in and chug it.
No. What am I proving? I don't know what that proves. You know what? I guarantee that at least one person watching this has done a shoey.
Everybody has. I don't know where you've
You've
been.
not done a shoey.
Everybody's done a shoey.
You haven't though.
We're doing one today.
Have you
We're
done
doing-
one?
We're going to right now.
But have you? Just say no.
you.
It's okay to say no.
I hate to say it, you're digging yourself a hole because now we're doing a shoey for YouTube. Fans, do you want to see us put beer in a shoe and chug it?
I don't care what they say. I don't even like them.
Everybody unsubscribe.
Yeah, I'm
unsubscribe.
sure. Tomorrow morning we wake up. There's like one sub. It's me. It's my other account.
All of our sub accounts. Great. All right, I got one more story for you. I got to tell you this because this
Okay.
is. You might have seen the Snapchat, I believe. I'm surprised you haven't asked me about it. You probably didn't even check your.
Oh,
Snaps.
when you were a mentor?
Yeah. All right. This is interesting. So, first, I get like a message from the front desk of where I work. I work at a jiu-jitsu gym and I teach kids jiu-jitsu, all levels. All right. 4-year-olds through teenagers. And then when they become teens, they go to adults. And I mainly teach the advanced, like the teenagers. And I get this message from the front desk saying that one of the kids, their mom wants to get a hold of me to be a mentor for Braden. Oh, maybe I don't have to say his name. To be a mentor for this kid. Make sure you cut that out. I guess I don't want to put his name in there. But
That's fine.
Not that, whatever. Anyways. And which was very confusing. And it was also like giving me the information to his stepdad, which I had just found out, like apparently the relationship with his dad isn't the best. This kid is like a very good wrestler, really good at jiu-jitsu. He's been doing it since he was 4 years old. And more recently, this last year, he like dislocated his arm, so I haven't seen him in the gym a lot. He's just kind of getting back into it after the injury. But I didn't know this backstory, like, that his parents are divorced, and apparently his father pushed him into wrestling and was really pushy, and that was, forced him to probably do more than he should have.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of assuming these kind of things. That's kind of the general story I got. Well, now this mom is the only one I've met, and she's trying to give me the information to like the stepdad I've never met. And she's like, he's going to email you, let you know it's for like his birthday coming of age is really what she told me. Birthday coming of age kind of party. I was like, okay, cool. I thought it was a bar mitzvah. I thought he was Jewish and turning 13.
Yeah.
So I get him like a $15 gift card to GameStop, and then I'm like, I don't find this email, and I finally hit him up like the day before, like, hey, I haven't seen any of these emails. I don't know where to go or anything. And I get the email, and it's like, okay, thank you, gentlemen, for agreeing to be one of the mentors. Please get a gift for him, but the gift should symbolize like your relationship or symbolize something. Like, and he gave like an example, like a prism is an example of this geometry. He's like it's like a paragraph or two long about like what this gift. And I'm like, oh,
He went into this like sacred geometry.
dude, I'll have to show you this email, man. But I was like, I just got him a gift card at GameStop. Like now I got to really
pathetic loser.
No. This represents the. I have to like reframe it now. Like, how do I reframe this GameStop gift card?
You still gave him the GameStop gift card?
I did, but I was just like, don't tell your parents. Just put this in your pocket, right? But I'll get to that.
I would have picked up a fucking rock and said, "This symbolizes your inner strength."
Yeah. I went to my eBay inventory and I went through all my shit, and then I found like electric lantern that like collapses. You open it up and it's super bright, and then the light like collapses back in. And it ended up being a super good gift because he had like this tiny flashlight, and it was I don't know, I haven't gotten to that yet. So this is just the email, right? That's the gift. I went to my eBay inventory, got this lantern now that's supposed to represent, I'm going to shine some light in your future or something like that. I'm going to help you get through the next stage of your life maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, that I can figure this out. So, but it was just, show up at my house and we'll give you further instructions. And I was like, all right. And I get there and there's like 8 dudes and the mentors, and the father, was like a stepfather, had us go on the trail behind their house in the mountains and scattered us all throughout the trail, a couple miles down the way. And he did this. We went out there at like 6 o'clock, so it was dark. So he made, basically the whole idea was the kid has to go on this trail at night and find all these mentors, and then get through the whole thing and get all their advice along the way.
You hand him off like a relay race? Like where were you in the chain? Were you mentor number 4?
I was like 6.
So when mentor 5 came up, did he hand you off the kid and fuck off? Or were you then?
We're so far apart, I can't see each other. I'm standing in the middle of a field where I guess there's a trail underneath me.
Oh, you don't walk with the kid?
No, the kid walks by himself.
Oh.
And he meets the different mentors along the path. And the mentors give him their advice, and then he keeps going, and we just scatter.
This is the most interesting thing I've ever heard.
I couldn't wait to tell you the story, man. And I'm so like, I'm like, I kind of like the idea of it. Like, he's turned 13, and like, you're giving him this challenge, and at the end of it, the stepdad had this whole speech with him, like, now you're a man, and you can't act like a kid anymore, and we expect more out of you, and all this.
At 13, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, that's the other weird thing about this is like, this is also not your actual dad. This is like a stepdad trying to like include you in what he does with his kids, and include you in the group there, which is even weird. This was all a surprise to the kid. He had no idea this was happening. I almost gave it away, but when the kid got close and the mom and I were talking, she like shushed him away, and I was like, oh, this is a surprise. So it was. It was kind of cool, but also at the same time, like kind of weird too, man. Like I'm just his coach. And what else is interesting too is I've been a kids coach here for 3 or 4 years, and I've been meaning to do some sort of extracurricular activity with them. Probably go to like a wrestling meet. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're in wrestling now. I'll come out to your wrestling meet and cheer you on. You know what I mean? That'll be a good way to develop a relationship so that. A good.
You want to put him on a trail in the fucking Colorado winter alone?
That's what I was getting at. Is this? I'm like, this is like kind of like the first time I'm doing some kind of extracurricular thing, for the student. But it totally weirded me out, man. I'm like, when I got the message at the gym from the front desk, at first it was so weird, and some other coaches were with me, and I was like. It sounds like they want me to go out in the middle of the woods, and they're going to like try to ask if I want to become a Freemason or something, man. I don't know what is going on, because I've never heard of anything like this. I mean, I thought it was like a bat mitzvah at first, but then it got weirder and weirder with the email and stuff. I was like, this is not a Jewish thing, dude. This is you just created this whole thing, and this is like his coming of age journey that you made up, or I don't know, man. And I'm out in the middle of a field for 45 minutes in the winter time at 6 o'clock in the dark. And I have a flashlight. I'm like making Snapchats like, well, I'm out here. I'm supposed to be a mentor for some kid.
You should have been giving your GPS coordinates. You know what I mean?
Like,
really, the real test of manhood was like, the stepdad was like, okay, I've given you 8 people to hunt, and you need to kill them all.
I picked out some weak ones and some strong ones.
Where do you fall in that?
I'll open the strong one. Because it was funny when the kid was coming up to me, I thought like, as he was coming up to me, like, you can pass when you take me down. Or something, you know what I mean? And this kid's like, fuck. You
just kick the shit out of this kid.
Yeah, just
leave him for
face
dead.
in the snow. This is what life's all about, man. I just fucking beat the shit out of him. I thought about it real hard. You know what else I did? I had one of my pocket poppers.
Really?
The second he got close to me, I was like, happy birthday. Boof.
The stepdad hears a gunshot in the background. They fucking killed him.
I know. I was like, I wanted to scare him a little bit, so I shot a few shots in the air.
Just around his feet, make him dance.
Yeah, so that was my weekend. I was, at least I'm not a part of the Freemasons, but I'm worried. I gave them my email. They're going to invite me to things now. I'm scared.
You'll just be in the woods alone a bunch of times.
I know, dude.
And they do this like every year for his birthday. Eventually, you got to be like, okay, now.
There's a really good movie on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it, but the father raises his family in the woods, and these kids, there's no TV or anything, and he makes them read books, and they study every night, like as a family, and they talk about, like literature and other things, and the kids are ridiculously smart, but then the mother gets cancer and dies.
Sick.
And they all as a family have to go to the mother's family they all live normal lives in houses, and they stay with the mother's brother. And it turns into this like huge fight because the normal family thinks that this family should be going to school, the kids should be going to school and all this stuff. And then, it turns out his kids are just ridiculously smarter than their kids. Like their kids are playing video games and know nothing about anything. And then his kids are like super smart. Hey, I'm kind of blabbing on this. This is a really good movie. I'll give you the name of it after the podcast, but it just reminded me because what were we talking about before?
You were talking. You told the whole story about a mentorship in the woods.
Oh, the mentor thing. Yeah. Being out in the woods and all that shit. I don't even know where I'm trying to connect this story anymore.
Damn it.
Let's just eat some saltines.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, let's totally blue ball these fuckers. And you're right. Let's make a TikTok out of this.
I just want to talk about this movie so bad. It was in my head because it was like just this difference in people's worlds where we all think we're all in this like watching TV and video games, and then these kids like they actually really read books and actually learned
fuck
shit.
Those nerds.
And I remember why. The reason I brought it up is because the coming of age for the 13-year-old in that was killing a deer with his bare hands. That was like the first scene in the movie was like the 13-year-old killing this deer, and then the dad coming out of the woods like, "You're a man now," or something like that.
What do you mean with his bare hands? He had to like chase it?
Fucking no, he was hidden in the wilderness. And the deer got close enough to him, and he fucking jumped on it and slit its throat.
Oh, cool.
And then the dad comes out, like, the whole family actually comes out of the woods all in camouflage.
You know what I would do if like that was my test?
I know that's what you would do for your son.
Well, no, if my test was to kill a deer with my bare hands, I would just find a fawn, you know what I mean, who's waiting for his mother. They they don't move. They just lay there. They just fucking lay there. Yeah, and I'd kick it to death.
I did it, Daddy. I got the deer.
You did it, but that's not how it's supposed to be done.
How is that supposed to feed the family, son?
Its bones are still soft.
We can make a nice broth for our soup tonight.
All right. We're not eating the saltines on the podcast.
Good. I think we should make
We're
a separate
saving it for
video.
a TikTok. If you don't follow us on TikTok right now, Salty Soup.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go check it out.
TikTok. My brother won't make a TikTok. He thinks he's too cool.
You know
I like
what?
TikTok.
There was a point where
unfair.
I thought I was too cool for TikTok, and then I fucking used it, and it's such a great
totally
way to
over
share.
it. I'm over myself. Get over yourself, people.
Yeah.
Get a TikTok. Waste your life like the rest of us.
Goodbye. Like, comment,
Oh,
sub.
wait. Make sure you sub on it. To follow our channel.
Yes.
Watch all our stuff. And then do whatever you want with your life. I don't care.
Right, yeah. And then go kill a deer with your bare hands.